Welcome to 70s Unheard on radio KCM, taking a scenic detour away from the fast lane hits you hear everywhere else. Your audio archaeological dig with stories and songs tied to the greatest decade in the history of popular music, the 70s. Let's start today with the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, originally known as Cosmic Corncob, and his amazing Ozark Mountain Daredevils. They shortened it to avoid being called Cosmic Corncob. From their 1973 self-titled album, here are Missouri's own Ozark Mountain Daredevils with If You Want to Get to Heaven.
Saw it on a show, but I heard it in the alley on the weird radio. If you want a drink of water, you got to get it from a well. If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. I never felt it in my feet, I never felt it in my soul, but I heard it in the alley, now it's in my rock and roll. If you want to know a secret, promise not to tell. If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little so easy, I never thought it'd be so fun, but I heard it in the alley, now I got it on the run. If you want to see an angel, you got to find it where it fell. If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little
comprised of former members of the band Looking Glass of Brandy, You're a Fine Girl fame. That was the New Jersey band Starz, Starz spelled with a Z, from their 1977 album Violation and Cherry Baby. They were cited as a major influence by acts such as Bon Jovi, Motley Crue. Starz had it all: crunchy guitars, sticky melodies, and major label support. But despite several excellent hit singles, they never quite reached the top. You're listening to 70s Unheard on Radio KCM. I have a son who's currently in the throes of young love, and I certainly understand that. Like all of us, I've been there before. In fact, I can remember those feelings causing me, my mother, and my brother significant inconvenience. When I was in high school, I began dating a beautiful, sparkling, blonde-haired freshman named Liz. Her parents weren't quite ready for her to date, so our time together was spent in her family living room, hanging out with occasional short drives around town. One morning before leaving for school, my mom informed me that my brother needed a haircut, and after school, I was to pick him up, drop him at Leo's barbershop, and then bring him home upon completion of said haircut. As instructed, I picked him up at the middle school just after class and properly delivered him to Leo's. As he walked in, I thought to myself, how am I going to spend the next 30 minutes while Kyle is inside? I thought. My sweet little blonde-haired Liz lives maybe 2 miles from downtown on River Road. Perhaps I could swing by and say hello, maybe cuddle for a minute before picking up my brother and delivering him home. Well, time spent with the one you love sure passes quickly. Upon completion of said visit, I drove to Leo's to find the barbershop had been closed for 30 minutes, and my brother was nowhere to be found. Oh, well, I thought, I'm sure things worked out just fine for him, and I decided to drive the 8 miles home. Problem solved. Well, when I walked in the door, my mother was furious. Where have you been? My middle school brother, upon completion of his haircut, had nowhere to go with no brother in sight. He was spotted by my mom's coworker walking down the highway toward the bank where my mom worked, and that employee picked him up and delivered him to my mom. I was shocked that mom seemed to have no sympathy regarding my desperate need to see my sweet Liz, but despite mom's anger, in my eyes, Liz was worth it. But as you might expect, the relationship didn't last. A few weeks later, one Friday night, my buddy Mark and a few of our other buddies were cruising around town and decided to stop by a local dance. When I walked in to find my sweet Liz holding hands with Johnny, Liz saw me. She politely walked up and said, "Hey, I'm dating Johnny now. I thought you'd want to know." And then she scampered back to Johnny. Ouch. My buddies and I walked back to the car, and as any true friend would do, Mark consoled me by saying, "Man, that stinks. She was really cute." Well, that Monday morning, when I walked into the high school gym before the morning bell to shoot a few hoops with the guys, well, there he stood. There stood Johnny. And so I walked up to him, and he looked at me. And as we approached one another, Johnny's first words were, "Hey, are you okay?" And that's the kind of guy Johnny was. Still your woman on a Friday night, but on Monday morning, he was worried about my welfare. Answering the question, I sarcastically said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?" And he replied, "Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?" And we continued that exchange back and forth until we both started laughing. And it grew to a daily greeting. "I'm okay. Are you okay?" And over the months, it finally settled on us just each referring to one another as K. And to this day, some 40 years later, on my birthday or on his, on social media, we always greet each other with "Happy birthday, Kay." So, in tribute to those brothers left stranded at the local barber, to all mothers disappointed by their sons' behaviors, to my Liz, who I hope is still using her charms to lure young, innocent men to forsake their families, and finally, to those whose hearts have been lured from a current love by the smoke of a distant fire. Here's the Sanford Townsend Band from 1976.
You left me here on your way to paradise. You pulled the rug right out from under my life. I know where you go to, I knew when you came home last night. 'Cause your eyes had a mist from the smoke of a distant fire. Lord, I was stung, should have seen it come a long time ago. Can't explain why your kiss is so cold. And that mist in your eyes feels like rain on the fire in my soul. This lying and crying's upsetting and getting nowhere. It don't stack up, so slack up and pack up. I just don't care. Let the scream don't hit you on your way out. Don't you drown when your dream all runs up to the I'd just like to know, do you love him or just making time? By filling his glass with your fast-flowing bittersweet line. You'll face the aftertaste when you come home late some night, with your eyes all amiss from the smoke of a distant fire. Girl, your eyes have a mist from the smoke of a distant fire. From the smoke of a distant fire. Your eyes have a mist from the smoke of a distant fire. Girl, your eyes have a mist from the smoke of a distant fire.
with a manic, spastic drum part played by Blondie drummer Clem Burke from their 1979 album Eat to the Beat. That's the groundbreaking new wave band fronted by the iconic Deborah Harry. Blondie with the song Dreaming. Music and stories From the days when you could buy 13 albums for a penny from Columbia House in the back of your newspaper. This is 70s Unheard. Simon and Garfunkel met in grade school, formed a duo. Inspired by the Everly Brothers, they spent hours harmonizing to such perfection that they would closely watch each other's tongues so that their vocals matched perfectly. Quickly signed to a record label when they were only 15, record executives renamed them Tom and Jerry to sound less ethnic. They even appeared on American Bandstand as Tom and Jerry. But eventually, Art Garfunkel left the duo, choosing to attend college, but later rejoined Paul Simon to reform as Simon and Garfunkel. During their career peak, director Mike Nichols, who had met the band during the making of the movie The Graduate, offered both Simon and Garfunkel roles in his planned film version of the book Catch-22. But he later realized that he was going to have to cut the character he had planned for Paul Simon. When that happened, Art offered to decline the film out of fairness to Paul. But Simon encouraged Art to do it anyway, feeling it would be good for Art and the duo. That led to his penning the first song for their next album, The Only Living Boy in New York. Initially, Simon said that the song was meant to be a go do it and a pat on the back to Art before leaving to go make his first film. The opening lyric, Tom, catch a plane ride on time. I know the part will be fine, referring to Art as Tom from his days when they were known as Tom and Jerry. Simon seems to evoke feelings of support. But it's widely known that there were tensions between Simon and Garfunkel for years, and Garfunkel interpreted this song to be self-pitying from Simon's perspective. I'm left here alienated and alone in New York, while Garfunkel gets to jet to Mexico to make a film. Art interpreted the lyrics to mean, I'm the only living boy in New York, and you used to be the other one, but now you're gone. Garfunkel then left for the planned 3 months to film in Mexico while Simon stayed behind to compose the songs for the next album, the one that would become Bridge Over Troubled Water. The background harmonies that you'll hear were composed by Art, and while it's hard to understand, ironically, the background voices are singing Here I Am. Art recounts, we recorded ourselves screaming in the background vocals over and over, and then mixed it down very quietly in the mix. Think about that when I play the song. The vocals sound so soft, but on close inspection, you can tell that they're straining. Garfunkel recounts that the recording session said, when we walked out of the studio booth after recording the screaming vocals, and there stood Bob Dylan, who had come to watch us record. He was looking surprised. So you can decide, is this a self-pity from being left behind, or is Paul Simon encouraging Art to go make that film? This is the B-side from their 1970 single Cecilia. And from their album Bridge Over Troubled Water, here's Simon and Garfunkel with The Only Living Boy in New York.
Tom, get your plane right on time. I know your part will go fine. Fly down to Mexico. that you're playing now. I know that you're ready to fly now. Hey, let your honesty shine, shine, shine now. Lord, like it shines on me. The only living boy in New York. The only living boy in New York.
With a keyboard solo that keyboard player for the band, yes, Rick Wakeman, described as the greatest organ solo ever. That was former keyboardist for the 60s band The Zombies, Rod Argent, with his band Argent and their only charting hit, Hold Your Head Up, from the 1972 album All Together Now. And you're listening to 70s Unheard on Radio KCM. I have a friend, a physician, who is also a talented writer, who invested his spare time for years to write his version of the great American novel. When completed, he searched for book publishers and finally settled upon a publisher in the state of Kansas. The executive who signed him? Kerry Livgren. Remember that name? He's of Kansas fame. Livgren was the guitarist and chief songwriter for the band Kansas. Dr. Mark said he was a great guy and loved working with him. So, in tribute to my friend and author, Dr. Mark Weiss, who unfortunately left us a few years ago, from the 1977 album Point of No Return, here's Kansas with Portrait He Knew.
understood him. His numbers are not the way. He's lost in the deepest enigma that no one's unraveled today. But he knew more than me or you. No one could see his view. Oh, where was he going to? And he tried, but before he could tell us he died. When he left us, the people cried. Where was he going to? Oh! He had a different idea, a glimpse of the master plan. He could see into the future, a true vision every man. But there's something he never told us. It died when he went away. If only he could have been with us, not telling what he might say. But he knew more than me or you. No one could see his view. Where was he going to? But he knew. You could tell by the picture he drew. It was totally
And that's Kansas on 70s Unheard on Radio KCM. And today we're taking another trip into the echo chamber where we highlight a cover version of a 70s tune that meets or maybe even exceeds the original. This week, the witty and irreverent Americana artist Todd Snyder, who left us last November due to pneumonia just outside of Nashville. Snyder is an influential figure in the current folk and rock music scene, the roots music scene, loved by Americana fans for his lyrics, his stage charisma, and his blend of humor and tenderness. Snyder's live shows were known for his barefoot performance and his connection with fans with his spoken word stories and songs. My brother shared many bootleg recordings of his concerts over the years, and he was great, especially when he was live. So, for today's Echo Chamber selection, here's Todd Snyder from his 1998 album Viva Satellite and his version of Steve Miller's 1973 hit, The Joker.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. never needed dying, he did. No one had the right to say what he said about you. And it's so cold and lonely here without you. Out there the laws are coming, I'm scared and so tired of running. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. I wish I had you to talk to. It hurts to see the man that I've become, and to know I'll never see the morning sunshine on the land. I'll never see your smiling face or touch your hand. If just once more I could see you, our home, and our little baby. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. I wish I had you to talk to. I hope this letter finds its way to you. Forgive me, love, for the shame I put you through and all the tears. Hang on, love, to the memories of those happy years. Red lights are flashing around me. Yeah, love, it looks like they found me. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. I wish I had you to talk to. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Indiana
From 1970, that was Indiana Wants Me from Canadian singer-songwriter R. Dean Taylor. And I remember hearing this song as a kid and wondering, did this guy really need to kill someone? He says, if a man ever needed dying, he did. And no one had the right to say what he said about you. So obviously a very angry guy. The sirens definitely indicated the law was on his tail. And like so many of those crime hits from the 70s, like Run, Joey, Run, and Billy, Don't Be a Hero, I'm not sure the story ended well for our protagonist. Not sure you knew that one? Well, don't sweat it. Nobody does. This is 70s Unheard. A shout out this week to Eric in Michigan, who reached out after my autumn episode to say, Jeff, great production this week. Ironically, I was listening to your autumn episode as I was raking the last of the leaves this afternoon. I downloaded Warren Galbraith's Commuter Rock album from the iTunes store when it came in. And it is, he said, I'm still old school like that. At least it isn't a CD. He said, good sounds. I always enjoy your program. And that Warren Galbraith, that Commuter Rock album was one that one of my guests played. It was his son's album, and it is a very good one. If you would like to make comments or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment on my YouTube channel. Just search 70s Unheard, or on Twitter or X at 70s Unheard. Reggae music recently lost one of its founding fathers. Jimmy Cliff, the legendary singer and actor, has died at the age of 81. He died in December, actually. Cliff was a pivotal figure in bringing reggae to the world. He was a Grammy-winning artist and a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. His influence extended far beyond his own recordings. According to reports, Cliff once worked as a talent scout, and in that role, he is credited with helping to discover a young Bob Marley. But his role in the seminal film and from 1972, The Harder They Come, cemented his status as a global icon for many. He starred as Ivan, a struggling musician turned outlaw. The film's gritty story resonated with audiences. The soundtrack is considered a reggae masterpiece. It featured Cliff's anthems that became global hymns of struggle and perseverance. So in tribute to the late Jimmy Cliff from that film, The Harder They Come, here's Jimmy Cliff with a song you likely heard from this original or from its many, many covers from 1972. This is Jimmy Cliff and Many Rivers to Cross.
way over. Wandering I am lost as I travel along wide cliffs of Dover. Many rivers to cross, and it's only my will that keeps me alive. I've been licked, washed up for years, and I merely survive because of my pride. But loneliness won't leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. My woman left and she didn't say bye. Well, I guess I have to cry. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin? I'm playing for time. There've been times I find myself thinking of committing some dreadful crime. Yes, I got many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way home.
Jimmy Cliff on 70s Unheard on radio KCM. We were watching the ABC New Year's Rockin' Eve again this year with host Ryan Seacrest. And as we approach the last half hour before the big ball drop, I fully expected to see some younger artists, someone like Dua Lipa or Lainey Wilson, to be featured during that prime slot just before the ball drop. But no. We were surprised to hear 82-year-old Diana Ross looking surprisingly spry and delivering a medley of her hits. In a time when so many of the classic acts are losing their magic, hats off to Diana Ross on her New Year's Eve performance. From her 1976 self-titled album, here's Diana Ross and One Love in My Lifetime.
From rags to riches, here I stand, shaped and molded by your loving hand. With faith and trust unshaken, you led me all the way. Through years of joy and tears, I'm standing here to say, you're that one love in my lifetime. And if
And that was The Kinks from a 1970 concept album titled Lola versus The Power Man and the Money Ground with a song that tells the story of a greedy, powerful figure at the top who profits from the work of others, a stand-in for the many managers, accountants, and publishers that artists like the Kinks fought against. That was Power Man from the Kinks from 1970. This is 70s Unheard with 70s songs so obscure, even the artist forgot they wrote them. From one of the only Genesis albums where both Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins split lead vocal duties, 1973's Selling England by the Pound. It's considered a high water mark for the British ambitious prog rock band before they eventually moved to the mainstream later in the decade. Here's Genesis from 1974, and I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe.
When the sun beats down and I lie on the bench, I can always hear them talk.
There's always been Ethel. Jacob, wake up, we got to tidy your room now. And then Mr. Lewis, this is the time that he was out on his own. Over the garden wall, two little lovers, cuckoo to you. Keep them moving, they sharp, I know.
the sun beats down and I lie on the bench, I can always hear them talk. Me, I'm just a lawnmower. You can tell me by the way I walk.
Genesis on 70s Unheard on Radio KCM. And that does it for this episode of 70s Unheard. I'm Jeff Gerkins. Catch me every Wednesday at 11 here on Radio KCM. You can also catch replays of this and all past episodes on YouTube. Just search 70s Unheard on the YouTube website. And you can follow me on Twitter or X at 70s Unheard. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, let's close with Pink Floyd. The band just released their 50th anniversary edition of their seminal album, Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here 50. And that album features remastered audio and bonus material, including unreleased demos and alternate versions, including a pedal steel instrumental version of the title track, Wish You Were Here. Being a Tennessean, I love this version with the earthy steel and the honky-tonk piano, creating a total different sound on this song we all know so well. So we'll close with Pink Floyd with this instrumental, an alternate version of Wish You Were Here with pedal steel, recorded in 1975.